When I make mistakes, I use a lot of salt. Salt makes mistakes taste great. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today I want to talk about characters you should be speeding up. This is new cutting-edge meta GAC stuff, and when I say everyone, I don't actually mean like every person. I know that I've titled a few of my other videos with everyone, and people are like, oh man, I just started. Should I really be working on, should I farm Fennec? I'm like, no, not everyone should. However, this is all stuff that I think is broadly applicable in the sense that we all need to be aware of it so that we understand strategies for GAC to be able to win. Now, I'll be able to introduce a few different mechanics here that have really cool interactions, and then you guys can go out and apply it to your own rosters. And if you don't have these characters, that's fine. Eventually, you will be getting these characters, and these characters are going to be really important for your roster. And so, some of it's cutting edge GAC stuff, some of it is not, but I'm going to talk about 5 characters that we should be getting sped up, trying to get faster and everything. And then there's 5 more after that are maybe even more approachable to you guys. So we're going to talk about that. Hopefully this helps with just, mechanical knowledge and everything. And yeah, let's go for it, guys. This is all stuff that I am personally doing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What are things that you're speeding up? I would love to know, folks. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you like this stuff, you want to support the channel for free, etc. Mount the algorithm, all kinds of noise in that direction. But we can't stop, guys. We got to keep moving. So we're in the game. Whoa, madness. Let's do this. So here's the thing, guys. Each row is going to be a new. So the character on the far left is the one you want to speed up, and then the other ones are the characters in that same row are going to be characters that impact it. The kind of the reason why you're going to be doing it. It's like we're telling a story in a way. So we want to speed Bosk up, and then he's gonna be interacting with Zam, Ahsoka Tano, or Commander Ahsoka Tano and Jedi Master Kenobi, etc. So just so you understand, those of you who don't actually listen to the video aren't going to know what the heck is going on. So first one you want to speed up is Bosk, and first off, I do just want to point out, guys, I do have really good mods. That's true, at least for the average. However, the people I'm facing, I'm almost always outmodded. Sometimes dramatically. Sometimes it's not even remotely close. And so, when I'm showing you guys these mods, keep some perspective that we all there's always a bigger fish, all right? And I've been playing this game for over 5 years. I should have good mods by now, right? Now, first, you want Bosk to be faster, so 335 speed. That's pretty quick. 100 plus 164 set. That's nice. I remember we used to brag about how many plus 130 sets we used to have. That's what we used to do. So, all right. Zam is with her Omicron in GAC. Oh, that's not a payout. She does 2 different things with her speed. First off, she gains 20% speed if she's with 4 other bounty hunters, which she should be almost always. And if she gains plus 20% of her max health. So then you add, or not health, to her max speed. So in this case, she's gaining, 60 speed, something like that. She's 305, so she's getting 61-ish speed. And then on top of that, she's also giving all the other bounty hunters plus 20% speed as well, which if you do all of the math, and I'm not going to get into all of the math here because we could totally just have a math lesson here. And I know some of you would love that and revel in it, and others of you would be so bored you would downvote this with prejudice. Some of you are doing that anyways. I know some of you are. It's fun. You guys are fun. Okay, so here's the thing though. We need to... So Zam is making Bosk plus 73 speed. Bosk gets plus 73 speed, and I do have a speed calculator to do all this stuff for you guys. If you want to sign up for my Patreon, just go into the video description, sign up for it, link your Discord to it, and you'll have access, immediate access to a calculator where all you have to do is enter the speed numbers, and you can figure out the Omicron speeds for Zam and Mando and everything, so you're not jumping the gun, how slow your Mando needs to be, etc. So, I mean, this is an easier calculation, but Boss is going to be plus 73 speed. The reason we want him to be plus 73 speed is he's going to be 408 after Zam's, and we could make everyone faster if we wanted to, but I'm not going to, really, right now at least, because here's the thing: the fastest cat in the game right now is actually my buddy DJ Sir Loki's at 411 speed. Well, no, not 400, 381 speed. And that 481 speed is going to, under Jedi Master Kenobi, it's going to make her 411 speed. So my boss would not outspeed her. You know, my boss could be 3 speeds slower. However, the whole reason we're doing this, guys, is to use Aura Seeing Lead to make Bosk faster than Cat, so that we can snipe out Cat if we need to under Aura Seeing Lead, and then we can multi-shot Jedi Master Kenobi. I realize this is crazy speed for Bosk just to be able to snipe one character, but sometimes you need it, guys. Sometimes that's important. And I realize that's like a really corner case scenario, but that happens all the time on the top, and people forget that they left too many Galactic Legends on defense. I mean, people go at each other. They both place 5 GLs, and then sometimes both of them full clear because they have so many good counters. So this is something to keep in mind, guys. Only Bosk needs to be ruinously fast. Zam makes the rest of them fast enough. Like, my Grief is still going to be like 311 speed, 315 speed, but he doesn't need to be quite as quick as Bosk. You just snipe out Ahsoka, and then you gotta kill the rest of the team with like General Skywalker. It's pure madness, but you can beat the best team in the game without using a Galactic Legend. I would consider that a decent trade, at least if you're desperate. Now, next up is going to be Droideka. You want to make Droideka faster, but we'll start with Maul, because Maul, as a Mandalorian lead, he starts the battle with Frenzy. Frenzy gives him 100% turn meter, and that bonus turn meter then translates into him taking lots of turns. And so he's not, I guess you could make him personally fast. I mean, I have him fairly quick. 318 speed is not unquick, but that's also in today's meta. 318 is just, it's not fast enough. You can make him faster. I mean, you guys saw the fast set I put on Bosk. I could definitely make my Maul, faster, like plus 160 something speed. That's fine, but you really want like transcendent speed for Maul. You want to be able to have him go before anyone you might be targeting, and in this case, so sometimes you take Watt, because Watt will take his bonus turn before anyone. Someone could have 7 billion speed, and Watt would still go first because it's a bonus turn at the start of the turn. He would use a special, and then Maul would immediately get a turn, even before the 7 billion speed character. And then he would do one special. He'd do his Dispel special to get stacks, and Canderous would gain so much turn meter that he would go next. He would do his special, and that would pass the turn back to Maul, who still has Frenzy, and then Maul would be able to punish their hindquarters, we'll say, with 5 really hard hits and a less hard hit that calls everyone to assist. It is really cool to be able to see it, but you need to have a character as fast as Watt or something. So enter Droideka, who is not as fast as Watt. I mean, he'll always lose that speed race, but he's much faster than he looks. So I have him at 200, we'll call it 260 speed, just to make everything faster and easier, because we're all going for speed anyways, right? Some people cringing, they don't like speed. They prefer not. But here's the thing: Droideka is plus 50% speed when he doesn't have damage immunity. He does not start with damage immunity. So his 260 speed, which looks really, really slow in reality. I mean, gosh, his base speed is just so ludicrous. But here's the thing, guys, with that plus 50 speed, his 260 becomes 390 speed. So that means he's going to go at 390 speed. As long as he is faster than everyone else who is going, then you're good to go. I mean, yeah, it works pretty well. Droideka can just start. So his first turn is just going to be rolling up, and that roll up is going to mean that Maul gets his frenzy, and then you can start all of that chain, and then Maul goes crazy. So, I mean, if you're facing someone who's faster than 390, then I guess you still need to use Watt, but Watt can be used with a different character, a different, Galactic Legend or whatever, so that you don't absolutely need Watt on your roster. Now, next up is going to be Mara Jade. You want her fast because you want to defend against things like super fast bounty hunters or super fast droidekas with Maul and everything. And so the way you do this is you want Mara Jade to be faster, but Starkiller is the one who really does it. So this is in GAC, and under this, I forget which one it is now. Probably the other unique then. Yeah, so while in Grand Arena, so if you meet all of the criteria and everything, which you need to do, you guys can do the research and figure it out. So everyone gains 35 speed, but with under Grand Arena, they get another 35 speed. So they gain 70 total speed, which means that Mara Jade, she's one of the fastest characters in the game. I forget, maybe she's not quite the fastest, but if you make her, and I realize, once again, this is crazy speed, but if you make her really fast, if you give her plus 70 speed, she's going to be 435 speed here, which is not bad, I suppose. 435 speed is just not that bad. You can't complain about a 435 speed. It is important so that you can outspeed all kinds of things. I mean, I'll probably end up making her a little bit faster even, just because you want to defend against the next thing. Because here's the thing, if Mara Jade and Emperor Palpatine go, Palpatine's the lead, under a Starkiller team, Starkiller's one of the characters, if you put him on defense, then you don't want them, you want Mara Jade to go first. If she goes first, then the rest of your team is just going to destroy I mean, that's the thing, the turn meter train is just a very important element to this team, and so we have Starkiller who, he'll eventually assert his will. He just needs to get jump started because he's not the fastest character out there. And so you get Palpatine lead with Mara, and she resets everyone's turn meter that she's facing, and the enemy team doesn't get a turn. You just need her to go first. If the opponent goes first, then it becomes a much more dicey situation. So, 435 speed, that's pretty fancy. However, we have a counter to that. Well, kind of. Enter General Grievous, who he's going to be with BB-8. Now, the BB-8 has a thing where, let's see, so if BB-8's active, let's see, droid allies gain 8% turn meter for each active droid ally. This is at the start, at the start of the encounter. Then they gain 8% per active droid ally, which means all of them gain 40% turn meter. 40% turn meter, Grievous is a notoriously slow character. However, if you give him, and I need to get his potency up, I realize that, but, because you also need to keep his health numbers up so he does some damage. So 263 speed, if you get him to 263 speed, then he's going to end up being 438 effective speed, which means, that's right, he outspeeds that Mara Jade by 8 speed, and it's just an interesting thing, guys. So even though he's super slow, if you use BB-8, then Grievous can go first, even though he's super slow. This is a lever that a lot of people don't use, and I, including myself, this is something that I've been working on a little bit. It's not even my idea, but it's something that makes a lot of sense to me, and therefore you're going to be able to counter Mara Jade with Starkiller. Even though Mara Jade is ruinously fast, General Grievous, with his little lever BB-8, is going to do just as well. So, I mean, obviously BB-8 isn't used with Jedi Training Rey in this case, but it's just kind of nice. You just need to make sure, of course, that Grievous has all droids on his team, which it shouldn't be too tough, but that's something that I'm going to be doing anyways against a lot of different characters. That means you can't use Newt on Grievous's team, which that is unfortunate for sure, but just a really interesting interaction. Like, you could theoretically, if you put enough speed onto Grievous, so I mean 134, I could definitely get him faster. You could theoretically, I mean, using that lever, I think you could get him faster than some Galactic Legends, which, I mean, would it be worthwhile? I have no idea. It's just something I'm thinking about, guys. Finally, the last character that you should be thinking about, and this is in terms of trying to counter Kenobi, which, Jedi Master Kenobi is... I actually called this, guys. I said... When Kenobi was first being released, I said that I thought Padme might be a character that works well against him, and, eventually people were like, you were wrong, X, and, I mean, I didn't see it either, but she does. I've countered General Kenobi team, or Jedi Master Kenobi teams very consistently with Padme. You have to use Padme Cat, but you want her faster now. She doesn't have to be ruinous speed. Though, I mean, this is pretty fast. 334, like, somewhere, there's not like a hard and fast speed. You do need to have her go fairly early on, and so 330-ish speed is probably going to be warranted. So give her speed set, all the health and everything, but make her pretty quick, and she goes on a team with Cat, and you can therefore one-shot Jedi Master Kenobi teams with Padme Squad. And yes, it kind of guts your own Kenobi team, but then you can use Kenobi with like Bad Batch or something like that. So this team is obviously it's got some legs. Now we're gonna do a real quick session of the other 5 characters you really want to be super fast. So Dash is very fast naturally. You can make him a lot faster than this. I mean, get him up to like 350 speed, and here's the thing, the 350 speed is nice, but under his own lead, he gives himself plus 10 speed, and then he gives himself another plus 10 speed because he's Scoundrel, because it's doubled for light side Scoundrel. So he's gaining plus 20%, or plus 20 speed. He's going to be, if you can get him up to 350, he'll make him 370 speed. And if he goes first, he gives his whole team a bunch of turn meter, and it's a huge fiasco mess for your opponent. So, I mean, he's one of the new characters. You want him to be fast, etc. And then if you can put his Omicron on, that'd be cool too. But, alright. Queel really wants to be fast because when he is fast, if he goes first, he'll use his I Have Spoken thing. That gives everyone 25% turn meter, which means everyone else who is slower than him gets to go before everyone else. So his whole team gains 25% turn meter if they're all Scoundrels. So he just has to outspeed a bunch of people. So this is pretty quick, plus 160 speed. He really wants to be fast though. Moff Gideon also wants to be fast. He's just a naturally fast guy, but he can reduce everyone's turn meter with his special. And so I've made mine a little bit slower than that lately, but 368 speed is still, I mean, if you add him to Veer's plus 20 speed is very nice. I mean, then he becomes 388 speed, which, that can really help. Admiral Piet is another character who wants to be fast. If you don't have Gideon running with the troopers as well, he can be, fast. You probably want him to be faster than this. You want him to be faster than your opponent's Darth Revan is. And so 346 plus Veer's speed is going to make him 366. So any Darth Revan that is slower than 366 is going to be good to go. Echo is our final character that we want to be fast, I think. Yeah, Echo is on Bad Batch. He's the one who starts all of the turn meter train. He does this, he dispels everything, and if he dispels buffs, then clone troopers gain Bad Batch gain 5% turn meter per debuff. So he doesn't always have to go first, but you want him to go kind of early to start that turn meter train with all of the Bad Batch so that they can get their word in and take people out. So I have him at 352, and I'm continuously trying to find ways to make him faster. I have this diamond that could be significantly faster. Let's see. That was not fast enough. Oh, alright guys. We're out of time. So what characters do you guys want to make faster? Which ones do you make faster? What characters can you make do without? I'm just curious. GAC is very interesting with speeds and everything. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xerath prevails, even with speed sometimes.